Good evening. My name is John Matson, and I'm the Director of Athletics at Nauset Regional High School. Thank you for joining us for the 2021 Fall 2 Sports Preseason meeting. Although things are far from normal, we are excited to provide some sense of normalcy for our student athletes. Coming into this school year, there was a lot of uncertainty and numerous challenges ahead. I'm proud to say that we have overcome these challenges and have had a very successful fall and winter season. As we finish up our winter season over the next week or so, we continue to gear up for the Fall 2 season, which I'm extremely excited about. Now, during Fall 2, we're offering football, volleyball, cheerleading, and indoor track. I will discuss the layout of the 4 seasons in the Fall 2 season in greater detail later tonight. As always, our goal is to provide a fun, competitive experience for our student athletes, with health and safety remaining as our top priority. During tonight's meeting, we will cover many important topics, some of which are new due to COVID-19. I ask that you take these safety protocols and procedures covered tonight very seriously, as they are the key to our success moving forward. At the end of tonight's meeting, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly with any questions you may have. As I stated, we have many important topics to cover here tonight. We will discuss the new layout of the athletic seasons for the coming school year. We will get some updates and information from the Nauset Warriors Booster Club. We will discuss several athletic department policies, many of which are new. We will talk about the chain of command and roles within the athletic department. We'll highlight our athletic website. And we will get updated information from our athletic trainer, including new safety protocols and procedures. This year looks very different from an athletic standpoint. As you may already know, this past fall season was delayed from late August to mid-September and was split into 2 seasons. The state created a 4th wedge season called Fall 2 for the sports that were not approved to compete this fall. Soccer, field hockey, cross country, and boys golf competed during the traditional fall season, and things went well. The Fall 2 season starts this Monday, February 22nd, and will finish no later than Sunday, April 25th. Indoor track was moved from the winter season to the Fall 2 season. Football, cheerleading, and volleyball will also compete during this Fall 2 season. Our winter season, which includes girls and boys basketball, girls and boys ice hockey, and girls and boys swimming, started on Monday, December 14th, and will finish by the end of this week. Wrestling did not compete this winter, as it was moved to the spring season. Please note, although the winter season wraps up in just a few days, the Cape and Islands League is running a single elimination league tournament for girls and boys varsity ice hockey, as well as girls and boys varsity basketball. The tournament will begin next Monday, February 22nd, and will finish by Saturday, February 27th. As you may notice, this winter league tournament overlaps the first week of the Fall 2 season. All winter varsity student athletes competing in the tournament must finish their winter season prior to joining their Fall 2 team for practice. Our spring season will run from Monday, April 26th to Saturday, July 3rd. Our spring sports include girls and boys lacrosse, girls and boys tennis, track and field, baseball, softball, unified track and field, sailing, and girls golf. Wrestling will also compete this spring, as I mentioned earlier. Overall, this gives us a total of 4 seasons this school year. Student athletes are allowed to compete in all 4 seasons and can letter in all 4 seasons as well. I will certainly keep everyone posted if things change as we progress through the school year. Now that we understand the updated layout of the 4 athletic seasons and which sports are running during the Fall 2 season, our varsity and sub-varsity coaches will introduce themselves to you now.
Hey Nauset, my name is Bruce Strunk and I'm the head varsity football coach.
Hey Nauset, I'm Paul Bentley and I'm the sub-varsity football coach.
Hi everyone, my name is Kaylee Powell and I am the head coach of the volleyball team at Nauset Regional High School.
Hi, my name is Sunny Hunter and I am the JV volleyball coach at Nauset Regional High School.
Hi, I'm Moira Nobley, head coach of the boys and girls indoor track team at Nauset Regional High School.
Hi, my name is Lada, and I am so happy to be your Nauset cheerleading coach for the 2021 season. Hope to see you soon.
Although this season will look different, as we can only offer limited levels with limited roster sizes, we are determined to make the Fall 2 season a great experience for our kids. All of our coaches are working extremely hard to prepare themselves for our first day next Monday, and I'd like to thank all of them for everything they do, especially this season, which presents a variety of challenges for everyone. In order for us to overcome these challenges and have a successful season, we all need to be doing our part. This means following all safety protocols and procedures, whether you're at school or not at school. I'd like to discuss the procedures that our student athletes need to continue to follow once we get started here next Monday. This includes what they should do prior to coming to campus, what they do while they're on campus, and what they need to do when it's time to leave campus. Prior to coming to campus, student athletes are required to submit a daily self-health screen. Each morning, student athletes will receive a Google form sent directly to their school email at 9 a.m. This form must be completed each day in order to participate in athletics. If a student athlete is showing any signs or symptoms of COVID-19, they should report this to our athletic trainer, Michelle Pavlou, and stay home that day. In addition, prior to coming to campus, student athletes should be dressed and prepared for their practice or competition. They should bring their own athletic bag, and we recommend that they pack multiple face masks, multiple water bottles, hand sanitizer, and any equipment they may need. These items should never be shared with anyone else. Please make sure you know where your team is practicing so you know exactly where to go once you arrive on campus. Upon arrival, student athletes should be wearing a face mask and go directly to their team's location. Coaches will take team attendance daily, which will be tracked and submitted electronically. If a student athlete arrives and has not completed their daily health screen, they will not be allowed to participate. Each team will have a medical kit, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant for all shared equipment. Please note that there will be no access to our locker rooms. All personal equipment should be brought home each night and washed. Student athletes should arrive dressed for team activities, and for those student athletes that are in school, they can utilize separate changing areas and bathrooms. It is expected that student athletes care for their equipment, wash their hands, wear their face masks, and maintain social distancing at all times. Once your team has finished activities for the day, you should remain with your team until your transportation arrives. Once again, all personal equipment should be brought home and washed. Students who drive themselves should leave campus immediately. It is important that student athletes continue to wear face masks and maintain social distancing while they wait for their transportation to arrive. Coaches will be supervising until all of their student athletes have left campus for the day. During the Fall 2 season, we will once again have a very strict spectator policy. At this time, we will only allow 2 guests for each Nauset player on the team. Visiting teams will not be allowed to have guests or spectators. For example, each player on our volleyball team will be allowed to have 2 guests attend each of their home games. In order to attend the game, the 2 guests must be listed on the guest list at the door. Upon arrival, guests will check in using a QR code, which can also be utilized for contact tracing purposes if necessary. No one else will be allowed to enter the facility unless they are required school and game personnel. Please note that everyone must wear a mask and maintain social distancing of at least 6 feet apart from others at all times. If something changes with state guidelines, we can certainly make an adjustment to our spectator policy. I will certainly keep everyone posted if any changes do occur. We appreciate your understanding with these policies, as we must do everything we can to keep everyone safe in all of our facilities. At this time, I would like to switch gears and introduce our new president of the Nauset Warriors Booster Club, Lisa Still.
Good evening, Nauset athletes and families. On behalf of the Nauset Warrior Booster Club, welcome to the Fall 2 season. This is a much different season than we've seen in the past. Who would have expected to watch and play football, cheerleading, spike volleyball, run indoor track in March? Not me, but we are so glad that our athletes have had the opportunity to play, and a shortened, modified season, as far as I'm concerned, is a lot better than no season at all, because it could have been a lot worse. Let me tell you a little bit about the Nauset Warrior Booster Club. Who are we? We are parents, alumni, teachers, administration, community members, businesses, all volunteers who support our athletes. We are the warriors behind the scenes. Why do we do what we do? We believe athletics is an integral part of our students' educational experience, and students and their families shouldn't have to pay to play. Nauset is one of the only school districts on the Cape, maybe the only school district on the Cape, that doesn't require their student athletes to pay a fee per season in order to play. So what do we do to supplement that? We fundraise. We sell Nauset cards and gear, and we have virtual auctions, and in pre-COVID life, we had Evening of Champions. We have membership drives, all to support our athletes and coaches with needed equipment and training. We built the turf field and supplied the sound system, all privately donated with no taxpayer money. We also give the Bohannon Scholarship, a little bit more about that in a little while. We also fund the award nights, the varsity jackets, the varsity letters. We do a lot. How can you help? Well, you can buy a Nauset card if you haven't already. You can volunteer, come to a board meeting. We are always looking for more volunteers. Our board meetings are on the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m., nowadays via Zoom. And you can get that information on our website, which is www.nausetboosters.com. We're currently looking for assistance with gear and membership. And of course, we will take any volunteer that comes to help us out. Buy some gear. We're going to be selling gear during the football games at the concession stand, and even hopefully in the lacrosse in the spring. But we will have gear at the concession stand. You can buy gear online. And lastly, become a member. We have 2 levels of membership, black and gold, and you can find more information about those on our website. Again, www.nausetboosters.com. And attention seniors, a little bit about the Bohannon Scholarship. We award the Bohannon Scholarship to a graduating athletic senior. I believe we offer more than one. In order to be eligible, you must be a member of the Nauset Warrior Booster Club by April 1st. So seniors, please urge your families, parents, please go online if you haven't already to get your membership. Again, different levels, so it should be affordable. But please do that as soon as you can by April 1st so that your college-bound athlete can be eligible for that scholarship. Again, more on our website, www.nausetboosters.com. Thanks for your time tonight, and we hope to see you all in person very soon. And to our athletes, good luck and go Warriors!
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you to all the members and supporters of the Nauset Warriors Booster Club. I encourage everyone watching here tonight to reach out and get involved. We are always looking for volunteers for various projects throughout the school year, and this is an excellent group to get involved with. They do so much work behind the scenes for all of our student athletes. For example, they have funded face masks for all of our student athletes so far this school year. And this is just one example of the great work they do and the support they provide for our kids. If you're interested, the boosters currently have Nauset cards, gear, and masks all available for sale. These all make great gifts and can be purchased on their website, www.nausetboosters.com. Another great way to support the boosters is by buying an annual membership. We're so fortunate here at Nauset as we are one of the few schools left on the Cape with no participation fees. Purchasing a Booster Club membership is a great way to support the Nauset Athletics program, and it allows the boosters to continue to fund all of their award nights, scholarships, equipment, and other special projects. The boosters are clearly a critical member of our athletics program, and in a moment here we will learn more about other members of our athletics program and what their roles are, but certainly the boosters play a vital part in our overall success, so your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. There are several members of an athletics program, and it is important that everyone fully understands their roles. The members I would like to discuss today are athletes, who are the primary focus of the program, coaches, who implement the program, officials, who administer the contests, and parents, who are the supporters of the program. Issues can occur when one member tries to assume the role of another member. Student athletes are the most important part of the program. They are expected to demonstrate good sportsmanship, both on and off the field, and maintain a positive attitude while building relationships with their teammates. It is critical that athletes understand that academics always come first and athletics are a privilege that must be earned. If issues arise during a season, athletes should communicate with their coaches and teachers so the problem can be resolved. Our goal is to give our student athletes a great experience here at Nauset, and their role is a huge part of that. Our coaches are a vital part of the athletic program. They too are expected to show good sportsmanship, leadership, and character. They will give constructive feedback to players each day and challenge them to get better. Coaches will establish roles for each player and create a positive environment that promotes open communication, which ultimately will lead to the team's success. Our parents are also a very important part of the athletic program. Our parents are expected to show support for all of our student athletes and teams. They should always treat our officials with respect, as they will make mistakes just like our coaches and student athletes. If issues do arise, it is important to communicate those issues with the appropriate people in a timely fashion. Overall, we want our parents to enjoy the games and cheer on their sons or daughters and their teams each year. Now that we have reviewed the roles of our athletic department members, I'd like to review the chain of command that we expect everyone to follow. If there is an issue, we want our student athletes to advocate for themselves and meet with their coach. If that does not resolve the issue, then the student athlete, coach, and parent should set up a time to meet. If the issue still remains unresolved, the athletic director would then get involved, and as a last resort, the principal. As long as we all follow this chain of command and communicate early and often, most issues will be resolved very quickly. Over the course of any season, there are certain issues that are not appropriate to discuss with the coaches. These include playing time, team strategy, play calling, or other student athletes. If your son or daughter is not sure why they aren't getting more playing time, they should talk to their coach and ask what they need to do to improve. If other issues arise, it is important that our student athletes and parents follow the chain of command that we just discussed in order to solve the issue. Our coaches have a very difficult job and they have to make several difficult decisions. I ask that everyone respect those decisions and encourage their sons and daughters to advocate for themselves. We now turn our attention to some important athletic policies and procedures, including athlete attendance and transportation. As I stated earlier, athletics are a privilege and academics always come first. In order to participate each day in athletics, you must attend all of your classes during the school day. Exceptions include scheduled appointments, which must be approved in advance by the director of athletics. On occasion, student athletes will get dismissed early from school for away games, so it is important that they attend all of their classes each day. Student athletes are expected to attend all of their practices and games. If they are unable to attend due to a sickness or illness, they should notify their coach to let them know. Daily team attendance will be tracked and submitted each day by our coaches. Transportation is provided to and from all of our away contests. Student athletes are expected to use this transportation unless they clear it in advance with the director of athletics and coach by signing a transportation permission slip. Student athletes will be directed where to sit on the bus and are expected to wear their masks at all times. Transportation after practice and for home games is the responsibility of the student athlete and family. At this time, I would like to highlight two important MIAA rules that we must abide by: the bona fide team rule and the chemical health rule. The bona fide team rule states that as a member of a high school team here at Nauset, you cannot miss a practice or team event to compete on an out-of-school team. Your high school team always comes first and is the priority. The chemical health rule states that a student shall not, regardless of the quantity, use, consume, possess, buy, sell, or give away any beverage containing alcohol, any tobacco product, marijuana, steroids, or any controlled substance. If a student athlete violates either of these MIAA rules, they will get suspended for 25% of their season. If you look at this chart, the length of the suspension depends on the number of events that your team has during the season. It is important that we understand these rules and consequences so we always make good decisions. One final school rule I'd like to touch on is called the vacation rule, which states that athletes who miss consecutive practices or games due to vacations or family trips will be ineligible for participation in athletics until they make up the number of games missed and half of the practices missed during their absence. For example, if you were to go away on vacation and miss 2 games and 2 practices while you were gone, when you got back, you'd have to sit out an additional 2 games and practice at least once before you'd be eligible to compete once again. Exceptions to this rule can only be approved by the Director of Athletics prior to the anticipated absence. I encourage all of you to check out our athletic website, www.nausetsports.org. It's our one-stop shop for all important athletic department information. I also encourage you to follow us on Twitter at Nauset Sports for updated schedules, scores, game postponements, special announcements, and other important information. At this time, I'd like to introduce our athletic trainer, Michelle Pavlou.
Good evening and welcome to Nauset Regional High School's Fall 2 athletics season. I would like to ask you to please take the time to review the following protocols in regards to concussions and opioid use and misuse. These have been in our policies and procedures for a number of years, and please take a time to go over the next few slides. In regards to COVID-19 policies and procedures, we would like to remind all parents that if your student athlete is diagnosed with COVID-19 through a positive PCR test, that needs to be reported to our school nursing staff as soon as possible. We would also like to remind parents that if your child is deemed a close contact due to community spread or spread within the school, that information needs to be shared immediately with our school nursing staff as well. They can be reached on their school office line at 508-619-5270. They can also be reached by email at Farrell, F-A-R-R-E-L-L-K, at nausetschools.org. You must also report this information to myself through email or by phone, which is listed in the following slides. I would also like to take the time to discuss the return to activity protocols that one must follow after a positive COVID-19 case. In addition to clearance to return to school by the Department of Public Health, you will also need an in-person exam with a physician, primarily your pediatrician or primary care physician, followed by a gradual return to play. The gradual return to play usually takes about 5 to 7 days, and it is in conjunction with the school nurse and myself. We are excited to get ready for the Fall 2 athletics season, and we want to remind parents to continue their work with our school nursing staff, our athletic department staff, and the Department of Public Health in regards to proper quarantining and reporting processes. If this all is done in a timely manner, we can continue with our athletic seasons as we have done in the fall and winter. We thank you for your time and efforts and look forward to working with you this upcoming Fall 2 season.
Thank you, Michelle. And in addition to the topics that Michelle just covered, you can also contact her for any questions you may have about athlete registration, impact testing, return to athletics, concussion protocols, and other athletic training policies and procedures. This season will certainly look and feel a lot different than it has in the past, but our staff is working extremely hard to provide a fun, competitive, safe experience for our student athletes. Our goal is to make this seem as normal as possible. In order for us to do this, we all need to be following the outlined safety protocols and procedures, regardless of where we're at and what we're doing. Ultimately, it's up to all of us. I am very proud of the work that's been done up to this point by all of our student athletes and coaches, and I'm confident that this great work will continue as we move forward. I can't thank you all enough for your attention here tonight, and I look forward to a great season for our football, volleyball, cheerleading, and indoor track teams. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to contact me at any time. Thank you again, and have a great night.